welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. What a bust of a weekend. What a bust. Like that was such a bust of a weekend, wasn't it? Wasn't that a bust of a weekend? All right, let me get into this real quick. Does Curiel hang on. I have some issues here. I'm gonna start the poll. Does Curiel suck? Yes. No. It was the extra weight. All right, guys. Everybody vote in the poll. Everybody vote in the poll. The poll is live. It's good to have everybody here. The poll is live. What was that? What was this weekend? What was today? Today, I was so excited for today. Everything was gay. Everything was fugazi, fake, gay, and stupid. Everything was gay this weekend. Everything. Oh, I hit my parlay. Shout out. Remember to tip your gambling advisor. If you're a Patreon, if you're a member, and you took the lock of the week, hit again. That's easy. Hitting the lock of the week is just easy. It's not even a thing for me anymore. Remember to tip your gambling advisor. Cash app is $3D Boxing 817. Super chats are always available. Remember to cash app and super chat your gambling advisor when he hits for you in a real way. Appreciate you. Yeah, everything was fugazi and fake and gay this week. So Curiel looked god awful. Maybe it was the extra weight. Shout out 2,600 in profit. Good weekend. Shout out to GM. It was just disappointing we didn't, starting yesterday, we find out we're not getting the Curiel fight with Roca, which I guess that was beneficial for Curiel because Roca probably would have killed him tonight had they fought. Roca probably would have killed Curiel. We'd probably have a tragedy right now because Curiel would have killed Roca would have killed Curiel. Curiel would have been a disaster. Would have been hideous. Curiel looked awful in that fight. He looked slow. He looked sluggish. He didn't look like anything good. I didn't see anything I liked about him. He looked big. He looked heavy. He didn't carry the weight well. Brah, never fight at 158 again. Never do that ever again. That was a horrible look, and you looked horrible doing it. Never do that again. And then, the Chavez fight was great. Flores is faded, and I wasn't expecting Flores to fade. I was expecting Chavez to fade, and so was Flores' corner. Flores was waiting for Chavez's corner to fade, and this is how Chavez should be fighting. Chavez was fighting so much off the back foot because he's a better athlete, but that's not how he fights well. He fights well coming forward, and that made for an entertaining fight, and it made for a smooth fight for Chavez. It was a fun fight, but he's dominated, I thought, the second half of the fight. I thought he dominated. I had him winning 6-4. I thought it was close, but I had him sweeping all the later rounds, which I was not expecting. I was feeling super good about that bet. 3-4 rounds in, I said, okay, a homie's got him. Whatever judge scored that 8-2 was on crack, but the right guy won. That's fine. I was too scared to make any of my bets, and I would have hit on Chavez too. You can't be scared. Money doesn't make money. Boxing. Scared money don't make money. Flores let me down again like a cheat next. Yeah, Flores is going on the no bet list. Chavez cashed, and I'm up. Chavez cashed, and I'm up. Curiel didn't have enough to get my pockets loaded tonight. You hit. Chavez money line, Scrappy over 8.5. Yep. Chavez by decision. Chavez fight over 8.5. Griffiths minus 1,200. So quality bets, my dude. Guys, become a channel member. Like, share, and subscribe. Do become a channel member. It's pinned in the chat. $5 a month gets you all the best perks. It gets you ask the Bookie anything. It gets you access to the Discord. It gets you the members only live stream, the members only chat. It gets you the long-term parlay. It gets you the merch. It gets you all that for just $5 a month. Also become a Patreon. Link is in the description. It's in the description below. $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Chat. Become a member. Become a Patreon. Do all that. $5 a month. Panthen's chin robbed me of a windfall. Yeah, Panthen was durable, if nothing else. Panthen looked better than I thought, I guess. The guys do vote for him. I'm interested in what everyone thinks in this poll. I thought Curiel looked awful. I thought Curiel looked horrendous. The story of the night is clearly Chavez. Arate didn't fight. Scrappy Ramirez looked pretty good. Katie Griffiths didn't look that good. He's still very young. But he did not. It was not a great night for him by any means. This was a disappointing weekend, and it starts early this morning. If you're in the U.S., starts early this morning with the Nikita Zoo disaster, that travesty, that farce. And it was supposed to be, like I said, it was a big fight weekend for hardcores. Hardcores were into this. This was a big fight week. We had 3 50-50 fights, and 2 of them don't even get off the ground. This is why boxing sucks sometimes, right? I mean, these weren't even big money fights. This was for the hardcores. I've been saying all week, this week is for the hardcores. This week is for the hardcores. This is one for the hardcores. And then 2 of the fights just don't even really happen. I know the Nikita Zoo fight happened, but no contest after 3 rounds. It's just a disaster. It's a disaster this weekend. Man, today was supposed to be such a good day, you know? What are you going to do? So Nikita Zoo gets a no contest. Zarafa told the referee he could not see. The doctor then, obviously had to advise the referee to stop the fight. 3 rounds in, really not much to make of it. Not much to make of that at all. And then no Curiel fight with Roca, which I guess, like I said, that was thank God. God did Roca a favor tonight by not giving him that fight. That would have been a disaster for what up, Jim? That would have been a disaster for Curiel tonight. Why did we ever like Curiel? Remind me again, chat. Remind me again. Do let me know. What do we like in Curiel? Like, what did we see in him that we made us think he was good? Because that was horrible tonight. I mean, it's just the extra weight. That was horrible, guys. Vote in the poll. Snagged Curiel decision +2. Oh, shout out Willy Wonka. Nice hit. Shout out Willy Wonka. I overly assessed how bad Pantheon was. No, you didn't. We did. No, it wasn't a miscalculation on Pantheon. It was not. It was a miscalculation on Curiel. Did you get Nagata and Lee on your book? I don't have it. I am going to try to stay awake for it, though. Let's talk Zakita Zarafa, please, G. I think you said it. Zakita Zarafa, Zaquit. He's Zaquit. He's a Zavaggot. That's what we call him now. Zafaggot. That's what he's called. No more Zarafa. Zafaggot. Yeah? All right. Curiel would have KO'd Roca. Wait, tonight? If they fought tonight, you think Curiel would have KO'd Roca? Good thing Curiel didn't fight Roca tonight. I didn't realize he was going up 2 weight classes, though, G. Pantheon, yeah, he was big. Like, there was a big noticeable difference in size and stuff. Curiel took the fight. He won the fight. He looked dog in the fight. It's not that he was just fighting a bigger guy. It's that he looked horrible in the fight. Like, there was at no point did he ever look even okay in that fight. Yeah, there was times in that fight, early in the fight, I wasn't sure he was going to win the fight. That's how bad it was. Wait, is he going to lose? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because of the weight. All right. I mean, that's fair. Ronnie Shields turned Jordan Panther from butt cheeks to a below average in a few months. That wasn't the same fighter I seen go to war with the Andre Pitbull gas station. Shout out 79. 2,600 in profit. Yeah, shout out GM. Good week for you, my dude. Good week for you. What do you think of the dude pulling out of the fight because God told him not to fight? I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what was revealed to him in prayer. This is Joel Arate. He's talking about Joel Arate's opponent. I don't know much about him. I don't know his relationship with Christ. I don't know. I don't have any comment on that, Jefferson. Curiel doesn't suck. He's just more methodical than he seems. He needed to be more straight murder. It's not good. It's not. He looks slow. There's no power. There's no snap on his shots. Like what? He looked horrible. What a gay night. I made triple my money. Well, that's not a gay night. That's a great night. But if Curiel got the KO, I would have been wiping my ass with $100 bills. Total 200 profit. Hey, it's a good night, real. It's a good night. Yo. Ryan Hong. Yo. Castillo Sterling plus 115 against Brian Flores. Ooh. Hang on. That's real interesting. That's on the Pro Box card. That's real interesting. That's a Pro Box fight right there. I got to get to the tape on that. That's real interesting. Shout out to Ryan Hahn for bringing that to my attention. Only picks for the fights in 2 hours. Any pick, I got nothing for you. I got nothing. I need to get to the tape. I've been super busy. I just didn't get to the tape on. I don't have any money on it. Panther was ready to go, and Curiel had no intention of finishing the job. He didn't really look to have much interest in anything that night. Kudos to him for taking the fight. He came to fight. It's just that was bad. Chavez made me old money tonight. Zoo, no contest, and no Curiel knockout. Killed me from being perfect all weekend. Thinking over 8.5. Okay. I managed to escape all the BS and still made a decent profit. There you go. I made money too because the only bet I made was my parlay. The only bet I made was my parlay, and my parlay hit. So I didn't make a ton of money, but I made decent money, and I didn't bet on anything else. Did you see Zuffa snapping up? I did, sir. That Zuffa boxing pickup Apataya. And let's talk about this Virgil Ortiz thing. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is suing Oscar. So that's his three golden boys. Canelo, Ryan, and now Virgil have all sued him. This does not look good for Oscar. Let me put that aside for a second. So Golden Boy has a contract with the Zone. The contract expired on December 31st, so 2 weeks ago. When that contract expired, Virgil is claiming. So Golden Boy's contract ends with the Zone. There's a stipulation in Virgil's contract saying that if the Zone doesn't have a contract with Golden Boy, that Virg can void the contract. The contract is technically expired. That's part one. Obviously, Golden Boy is like, come on, stop. We're negotiating a deal right now. They are still putting on our fights, right? Like we're obviously going to reach an agreement. We're just, dotting the I's and crossing the T's here. We're obviously about to reach an agreement. They're airing our fights. Like, come on now. Let's not be gay about this. But Virgil wants out of the contract, right? Why does Virgil want out of the contract? Virgil wants out of the contract because he wants to fight Boots. Boots wants to fight Verge. Eddie wants to fight Verge. So there's 4 people involved: Eddie Hearn, Oscar, Boots, and Verge. 3 of them want the fight to happen. One of them doesn't. Which one doesn't? Well, clearly it's Oscar. Clearly Oscar and Golden Boy don't want Verge to fight Boots. Now, I've got a couple of theories on this. Are they waiting for Verge? Are they waiting for Xander Zayas? In all honesty, Xander Zayas would be for a world title. Xander Zayas versus Verge on the Puerto Rican Day Parade, I think, is a bigger fight. Why? Because Puerto Ricans have naturally bigger fan bases. Oscar has done well in Mexico versus Puerto Rico type fights. Now, we all would rather see Verge versus Boots, but is Verge versus Boots actually the bigger money fight? I don't know that it is. I think Verge versus Xander on the Puerto Rican Day Parade at Madison Square Garden is the bigger fight. Yeah, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Puerto Rican Day Parade, world title. I think that's the bigger money fight. I also, and I respect Xander. I think, let me say it this way. I think Oscar thinks that Xander Zayas is the safer fight. I'm not saying he is or he isn't. I think you guys know I love Xander. I love all 3 of these guys. I don't think there's a best 154. I think there's a 154 of the moment. I think they could all potentially beat each other. I think Xander Zayas is right in that conversation with Boots and Verge. I really do. So that's how I see it. I talked to Eddie Hearn back after the Boots fought in October in Philly, and Eddie said that they were going to make the fight, that they had a gentleman's agreement. That they had a gentleman's agreement with Boots and Verge, and they were going to fight in early 2026, April, something like that. As long as Boots took care of his opponent and Verge took care of Lubin. They both did it in under 5 minutes, right? So that got taken care of. I asked Oscar about that when Oscar was in Fort Worth for the Virgil fight. Oscar said to me, and I'm quoting, I told him that what Eddie said about the gentleman's agreement and that the fight was going to happen and you guys have all agreed to it. Oscar looked at me and said, "And you believe that shit?" And I was like, "I'm just asking. You know, I don't know what I believe. That's what I'm asking." And Oscar was like, he's right in the sense that we all want the fight. We want the fight and they want the fight. Actually, he said Verge wants the fight and they want the fight. Verge does want the fight. You know who doesn't want the fight is Oscar. I don't know if it's because he thinks he can't beat him or, you know, I remember talking to, this is about 2 years ago. This is right after Eddie Vasquez got robbed against Joe Cordina. And I was talking to Lou DiBella's team about what's next for Eddie. And I said, you know, Eddie Vasquez should fight Osaki in Texas. It'll be huge. Dallas, you know, DFW versus Houston, it'll be great. And Lou DiBella's guy looked at me and said, "But we don't think that we can beat Osaki." Okay, like that's a thing. Like, does Oscar not think that Verge can beat Boots? It's possible. Like that's possible. Does he think that Xander is bigger money? He might. Also, Top Rank doesn't really have a TV deal right now. Does he think that he can drain money out of that fight and he can get his fighter and himself a more profitable side in that, right? Does he think that? I don't know. How about this? How about this? You guys don't like the Puerto Rican Day Parade? How about Cinco de Mayo weekend? How about Xander versus Verge, Cinco de Mayo weekend in Texas? How about that for a fight? Right, you could do it on Cinco de Mayo. You could do it on Puerto Rican Day Parade in June. You could do either one. Curiel, not it. Probably wouldn't KO Roca if they rematched. Caden Griffiths was honest with himself. Griffiths clearly just hard spars. He doesn't work on his guard or technique, but if he gets a good team, he needs to get with a better team. He needs to get with a better trainer. He needs to get a little bit more serious. He's a kid. He's young. He's got a ways. How old is he? He's 19 still. He needs to get right now. Now's the time for him to grow up. Say, okay, that was harder than expected. 7-0. Time to make professional decisions. Stop thinking like a kid. Start thinking like an adult. I didn't drop my video showing everyone's prediction because the rapper is a scamming fraud. I'm going to just do Chavez versus Flores after the live, I guess. Stay tuned. All right. 79. If you want, drop the link to your channel. Drop the link to your channel so we can all sub to your channel. Hang on. I don't know did I give, hang on. 79. I made you a moderator. So you can drop the link. Drop the link for your channel, guys. Please drop the link for your channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Not liking, sharing, and subscribing is very, very gay. We don't do that around here. We like, share, and subscribe here. Also, vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. No, I got no pics of the Japanese. I don't even have a book on the Japanese fight. Can you break down? No, I can't. Guys, no more Japanese fight. I addressed the Japanese fight 15 times. I didn't get to it. I don't have a single book on it. I've never seen any book that has this. I don't have anything on the Japanese. It's the 15th time I got a question about the Japanese fight. There are no books in America on the Japanese fight that I've seen. So I can't help you with the Japanese fight. Gary, what do you think of Joey joining Zuffa Boxing? I think the world of Jai Apataya. I think this is the name they needed. They needed a big time name. They needed a pound for pound dude. They got one in Jai. I think Jai's a top 10 pound for pound guy. Unfortunately, he's a cruiserweight. I don't really know what that does for you. When was the last time there was a great cruiserweight fight? David Hay. It's good. It's a start. It's a big name. It's someone that they can help build. I love John. He can't go to heavyweight. He's not like Usyk. He doesn't have the size to bulk up. He's not. So he's a cruiserweight. And I love Jai Apataya. But I mean, this is a good signing. Let's see what they do with him. Jordan Pantheon was on Team USA. He ain't no journeyman. I'm not saying he's a journeyman. I'm just saying he's not very good. I went big on Wilson KO last night. I can't believe I took Flores' decision live tonight. What up, Julius? It's good to have you here, my dude. Can't believe I took Flores' decision live tonight. What are you going to do? Wait. Sterling Castillo, who I'm always going to call Starling Castro. Starling Castillo. Is fighting Brian Flores on the Pro Box card on Friday. The 30th. So 2 weeks from today. Brian Flores is the one that fought Lindolfo Delgado. He fought Lindolfo Delgado very early. He lost a very close fight because of a point deduction for low blows. If you remember, Brian Flores, Mexican fighter. I think he's Mexican. No, Brian Flores Brian Flores lost to Lindolfo Delgado. Yeah, hang on. Let me get it pulled up for you. Hang on one second. Remember this fight in 2024 against Delgado, Lindolfo Delgado? Alberto Lopez, Angel Leo card. Remember? Is this ringing a bell at all? I think it was Melnicki's first fight on Top Rank. Is that you've seen him before? You saw him fight Delgado. I don't know that we've seen him in any other fight besides that. Now we got him Tellez and Moore in the mix. Hope he gets signed by someone. What did you make of Liam? It was exactly what I like Liam Williams. Liam Wilson. I like Liam Wilson. I thought the performance was what I expected. I'll give it a B plus. It was a good performance. He did what I expected him to do. I knew that he outmatched Rodex. Rodex had no power. Rodex wasn't going to be able to keep him off him. Rodex didn't really do much. I told you guys take Liam Wilson by stoppage. I was very confident that. It was plus 185. And I told you guys take Liam Wilson by stoppage. Sagawa may win. I hope they get him up on the odds. Onward to next week, Muay Thai. We got a lot. Yeah. I like Cruz, but I'll get to a full breakdown on that. I'm going to get you guys a lot of videos, a lot of content in the upcoming week, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Muay Thai money. I like Cruz money line. Brian Flores is a dog. Almost beat Delgado. Yeah, Brian Flores is good. But so is Sterling Castillo. This is going to be a good fight. Khalil Ko may go on the no bet list. Panthen going back to beating up YMCA workers and Subway sandwich artists after this. Yeah, probably. Zufa full card still haven't been announced. Why? I don't know what's going on with that. I think it was announced today, kind of. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Gary, put a 3 to 4 pick parlay for going into TO versus. I will get it for you, Jin. I will have plenty of parlays for you. I'm going to New York to see those fights, but want to put in my bet before I fly out. Salute everyone. Your boy Edwin Vasquez on the Pro Box card too. Shout out to my boy Eddie Vasquez. Shout out to my boy. Eddie's fighting on the 1 in February in Arlington. That's a different one. But yeah. Cole moneyline, Keyshawn moneyline, Khalil Cole. Are we really doing this with Khalil Cole? Khalil Cole scares me, bro. Jesse Hart, I guess. Do you guys really feel good about this? Do y'all really feel good about this? I don't know about this. I don't know. I don't know about Khalil Cole ever. I like the rest of this though. Yes, in a real way. I saw Barrow beating Zayas. Hell no. Okay. You know what? There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Xander Zayas is him. Like, Xander Zayas is a complete offensive fighter, full offensive bag, can fight off the front foot, can box with you, big power in both hands, physically strong as hell. Xander Zayas is him. Good speed, good athlete. Xander Zayas is him. That's a good theory, Gary, but I also think Oscar is scared of Virgil losing too. Seems like Oscar's stable of fighters is slim. Yeah, it's getting thinner. No reason these top guys should be. I agree, real. I agree. Ooh, okay. All right. Is this Matt? Is this my dude, Matt? Uh, that's a good one too. Sport is messed up from the foundation, and Zuffa boxing isn't going to fix it too. Is that my boy Matt? What up, Matt? Matt Hunter. We got to have a reunion, my dude. I think this is Matt. What up, Matt? Let me know when you're free. We got to have a reunion. Me, you, and the Brit. Oh, we need to have a reunion at some point. Matt Hunter was that's my co-host for years and years. MCR podcast. How you doing, bro? How you doing? What's up, my dude? Virgil asked for $7 million against Boots. I blame the zone for messing it all up. I don't blame him. That's a fair. Diaz all day. Let me get back to some of these. I skipped over a whole bunch of them. What up, Matt? Zayas has beating strictly tough man brawlers. Barrow has finesse and skill. What is that? What is it? You guys really like him? You guys, hang on. I gotta check the books on this now. What is it? What is the odds on? It's like minus. What's he like? Plus 300. Let's take a look. He's plus 265. Guys can make some serious coin on this. To me, this is a great parlay piece. To me, Zayas on the money line is a beautiful parlay piece at minus 360. I would 100% look at that. 100% I would look at that. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. You know it. Turkey Money and Crawford inspired a lot of guys to make the biggest, toughest fights, but not everyone apparently. I lost $1,000 to Flores. Man, you should have bet no $1,000 on Gucci Man. But I thought Gucci Man was going to win too. Gayness is not tolerated around here. Really appreciate the promo, Gary. About to have 1 million subs since you dropped the guy ultimatum on the chat. Jokes aside, you're the best in business. Thank you, 79. Thank you, 79. If he's the top pound for pound, what does that say about the state of boxing? It's not that I think like there aren't great fighters right now. I think there are very good fighters right now. I just think boxing, specifically in America, is in shambles. You look at the two biggest American promotions, Top Rank and PBC, and they don't have a TV or streaming deal. Boxing, as far as talent wise, I think is okay. What it isn't okay, it has a PR problem. It has a marketing problem, right? It has a cash flow problem. Yeah, I remember doing MCO with Matt in 2019 and 2020 going to COVID and thinking boxing's in really good shape, man. Boxing's in really good shape. In 2026 now, it's in horrible shape. It's in horrible shape. Where can when you can debate 15 to 20 fighters that are possibly in the top, I wouldn't say the state of boxing is bad. I think it depends on what you mean by the state of boxing. It's really the lack of star power within the top 15. It's got the same problem baseball has. It doesn't have any stars. It doesn't have any stars because it doesn't know how to promote itself. You can make a long parlay with this month's fight. I can. And if you guys want the long-term parlay, become a member. Become a member. Hit the join button, and while you're doing that, vote in the poll. Boxing tried to create stars post May and Pac and had some success with AJ, Canelo, Crawford, Wilder, Fury, but even that generation is aging out. Yeah, that generation is now done too. The post Floyd era is now aging out. The American boxing business is why there's not as many stars. Our business model has here our clown shows, even though we have the best fighters. Make it make sense. The Pantheon was very durable. Definitely don't disagree there. Highly recommend a book, That Bittersweet Science by Gerald Horn, to understand why the business side is so messed up. Shout out to Matt. If any fights take place on January 31st, that's going to be a riot. January 31st looks like a great day for boxing. Gary, you just said Chavez won the first fight. Why Flores the second? When you watch the tape on Chavez, he fades in the second half of fights. He's done it in 8-round fights. He did it in the first fight with Flores. So I thought he was going to fade. And I just thought Flores, who got a draw in the first fight, just had to start a round earlier. Just started a round earlier, and he would have won. He was the one that faded. And Chavez came on strong, and Chavez wasn't going backwards. He was fighting in the middle of the ring. He was coming forward at times. Chavez fought a beautiful fight. He fought a completely different game plan. And I said Chavez is the more skilled fighter. I just don't like him going backwards. I think he's going to be forced backwards. He was not forced backwards, and he proved to be the better fighter. Do y'all trust betting on Zuffa boxing? Until otherwise. Until otherwise. To be fair, Panthon took the fight last minute. Gary, wish you were going to the Cruz Matalia fight, man. Yeah, I was trying to, and then my little man broke his ankle, and now I can't go because I can't leave my wife. My wife, I have 2 special needs kids. One of them broke his ankle jumping out of bed, broke his ankle. He's like on the top bunk. He like jumped out of bed. He does it every day. Bro, don't do that. And then here's why. So my wife is basically carrying him around. So I got to watch the other 2. And my other son is even more severe. It's a whole mess. So I ain't going nowhere. Watch the Great White Hype. It sums up some of the reasons American boxing screwed itself. Shout out 79. Azim Moneyline. Yep. Adama's Moneyline. Well, yeah, I love all of this, Julius. I love everything right there. 100%. Co scares me a bit. I lean towards him in the Hart fight. I don't like Co. I don't like Co. It's a good one. Sports is messed up from the foundations, and Zuffa boxing isn't going to. I don't think so either. I don't think Zuffa is going to fix this thing. I agree with that. I think Co is safe. He was sick when he lost the Gallegos fight. He ran through him when he was. Yeah, he did. That's true. Virgil X for $7 million if I boot. I don't think $7 million is unreasonable. That's tomorrow's poll question. Zayas all day. I don't think $7 million is unreasonable at all. Excited to see Kaipo Gallegos fight again on the Cruz card. Yeah. And to see him fight live near the ring on the Benavides Morale card, he's going to be one of to watch in the future. Mets got Bichette. You got dang right. I don't know where he's going to play. He plays shortstop. They have a shortstop already who's pretty good, Francisco Lindor. I don't know where the hell Bo Bichette's going to play. I'm glad we got him. He's a good player. I didn't see that coming, but I'm glad we got him. I think we're definitely overrating Burrow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jeb. Thank you. The gay ultimatum. Top Notch is in the house. Burrow, guys, questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. Questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. Bro is going to get outworked and outclassed. I think so, too. I don't think this is that close. I think you guys are hating on Xander a little bit. Azim might KO the most. I like Azim a lot. He could. It depends what Lemos shows up, but he definitely could get the stoppage. Okay, yeah, I definitely see your point, Matt. I think Fulcrum money line is safe. Bet against Josh Kelly. I think so, too. Fights the same day as Xander. There's a lot of fights that day. Boxing is in horrible shape. It's a marginal sport. It's the Saudis are buying it, right? They bought golf too, right? I mean, I don't know. What's y'all biggest upset in January? Let me look at the full. Let me look at the full plate on the 31st, and I'll get back to you. 99%, dude. I don't know what that's in reference to. Shout out the Deuce Reports. Good to have you here. Long-term parlays lately have all been losing legs, guaranteed. Becomes disheartening. Bothering to put them together. Not sure what's wrong with Flores. It was very frustrating watching him fade like that. Yeah. It was. I was not expecting that. He's been durable. He's had a good gas tank. His volume. I don't know. Maybe it's the weight. Maybe he needs to move up in weight. I don't know. That was not a good performance. I think fighters are both overly exposed online and exposed. That's true. At all through mainstream and media channels. When AJ is on Netflix for free, he's a big star now. But for a decade, being online and doing interviews did little for U.S. exposure. It's fair. Jimmy James, Saudi boxing bought soccer too, but it's not in shambles. Turkey buying boxing could either be the best thing or the worst thing. Yeah, that's true. Well, we're going to have to find out. I won a parlay tonight, but my Zarafa leg got voided. That was a plus 450. You still hit your parlay, though, right? You still hit your parlay. You still won. I feel you, Gary. I have an autistic brother. Respect to you. Shout out. Oh, hang on one second. Hang on. Shout out to the homie Edward Gordon for the tip. Thank you for the cash app. Appreciate you, my dude. I'm just saying this now. Thank you, Edward Gordon, if you are listening. Thank you. Guys, do remember to tip your gambling advisor. If you are a Patreon, if you are a member, I gave you guys the lock of the week. That hit again, of course, because that's all I do. Hang on one second. All right, guys, I'm going to end the poll. Did you guys vote in the poll? Do you vote in the poll? I'm going to end the poll soon. 25 votes in the poll. Guys, keep voting in the poll. Everybody vote in the poll. It was you guys are giving Curiel some slack here. I don't mind it. I think he might suck though. When was the last time a boxer was on like late night shows, ESPN circuit? Good. I got Floyd, Pacquiao. Did Ward never did? I don't know. That's a good question, Matt. Johnny said Backer was a boogeyman at 54 a few months ago, and now he's taking Josh Kelly beating him. I'll try to have him on again. Johnny is the man, but he be flip-flopping. Sometimes you watch tape and change your opinions. You know, I was going to take Chavez to win, and then I watched the tape and I picked Flores, and that was stupid. So sometimes you should stick with your initial feeling, and sometimes you should go with what you see. I don't know. I'm not going to call Johnny a flip. People change their minds. You watch tape, you change your minds. Biggest upset in January, Josh Kelly taking down the fake boogeyman. The boxing versus world event that Canelo and Turks got going is making me think it's got to be Shiraz. No way that Turk is going to sacrifice Canelo to Benavidez, right? Probably. And Canelo's not fighting Benavidez. Canelo is not fighting Benavidez. He just lost to Terrence Crawford. He's not fighting Benavidez. What is my cash app is in the ticker below. It's $ 3D Boxing 817. It's 3D Boxing 817. Real 3D Boxing 817. Soccer is apples to boxing's oranges. One has built fandoms through city national based teams. Boxing doesn't have that. Soccer is able to create new stars easily because fans support their teams. Yeah, it's not an apples to apples comparison for sure, but today a guy probably around 35 years old showed up sparring, and he was growling at one of the amateur boxes we have and got hit in his all boxing. Matt is in here dropping some very good points. Need to get him on the. I did lives with Matt for years. Matt has a open invitation on my live stream every day, whenever he wants to. I go live 7 days a week, or at least 6. Matt, he's got an open invitation. Just text me, say I want to come on, Gary, and you're on. Matt always. Matt invited me on his show, and we did a podcast together for years. So, Matt, you are always welcome around here, bro. Love you. Crawford has been everywhere recently. Gucci Man worked over. I'm shocked you took Manny. I changed my mind after the tape. I could see Kelly beating Morta on points too. Live dogs, bro. Crawford was on Good Morning America with Gail King. There you go. Okay. A ton of people watch the morning show. Shiraz might beat Canelo. Maybe. I wouldn't rule it out. Canelo shot. Canelo shouldn't even fight Shiraz. His block will get knocked off. Maybe. There's no chance in hell Kelly be. I don't see it either. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Still wild how dominant Crawford was against Canelo. Just schooled him. I saw that coming. I really did. Backrub's left hook from hell might send Kelly to Shadow City. Send him to the Shadow Realm. I bet on Shiraz to beat Canelo. Not gonna lie. Muscles Brown won his parlay today. Yeah, he sent me his ticket today on DraftKings. He hit today. I got to hear this reel. I got to hear this. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button. I'm going to end this in a little bit. Man, I heard you say you were lucky as if it was considered a draw. You knew Chavez won, and then the draw saves you first. My initial reaction was, well, Chavez wins. And I watched the tape, and I changed my mind. I should have went with my initial gut. What are you going to do? We'll have to come soon. Missed you, brother. Has to be the right fight, though. I'll have to look up the upcoming schedule to see which one will be a good show for me to jump on. Whatever you want, Matt. Let me know. Text me. Let me know, brother. Ticketgate sadly sent him. We're not talking. The Ticketgate is that was 3 months ago. Canelo has 2 more fights with Turkey. Trust me, he wants that payday. I was talking about the ticket situation. I miss Muscle. He's a good guy. He's a good dude. I'm not going to comment on Muscle Gate. I am going to end this poll, though. I'm going to end this poll in 10, 9, 8. I'm ending the poll in 7, 6, 5. I'm ending the poll in 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending the poll. You guys are much kinder. Much kinder to Johnny really made a movie talking about muscles and said he loved him the other day. Did he really? Does anyone have a link for this? Does anyone? I gotta see this. Does anyone have a link for this? I gotta see this. All right, guys. If anyone has a link for that, post it. Oh, did he? I don't even remember. All right, guys. I gotta wrap. I'm gonna wrap this. I've been live for almost an hour, 48 minutes. It is January 16th, 2026. He made the tickets to the documentary. All right, y'all. It is January 16th, 2026, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.